She is a mother. She is in jail, accused of assault and child endangering involving her two young sons. We were there while Amber Cave was in court today. News Center 7's Mike Campbell spent the day going through police reports and court documents and found details very difficult for some to comprehend.
The investigation began over the weekend when Springfield police were called to a home where the children were being cared for because one of them had extremely low body temperature. As a result of that initial investigation, both children were brought here to Children's Hospital for emergency care and treatment.
7 different charges. The first charge, ma'am, is a charge of felonious assault.
Amber Cave appeared in court from the jail by way of video.
Do you understand these charges?
Yes, sir.
The charges against Cave happened after police went to a home on Morgan Street Saturday to check a 2-year-old child reported with a low body temperature. Court documents indicate Cave told officers that she was giving the 2-year-old a bath and her 3-year-old child turned the water from hot to cold, and the 2-year-old was in that freezing water for up to 15 minutes before she realized the problem. The court documents indicate that when workers at the hospital unwrapped the 2-year-old from blankets, the child, quote, appeared extremely malnourished and badly bruised. The report detailed at least 6 cuts and bruises on the child's face and bruising all over the body. The court documents also showed that hospital workers found the 2-year-old's initial temperature to be just 82.3 degrees, and the child's weight was only 18 pounds. The child's temperature before being transferred to Children's Hospital was still only 91.7 degrees. Police returned to the home to check the 3-year-old and said they discovered bruises, scratches, and ribs sticking out that convinced them that the 3-year-old also needed medical care.
I didn't know nothing about that. I did see the police and ambulance over here the other day.
Neighbors were shocked to learn the details of the children's alleged abuse and medical problems. They pointed out that Amber Cave just moved into the home about 2 weeks earlier with another family that has all healthy children.
As far as that baby, I ain't know nothing about that.
The judge said he would prepare to appoint an attorney for Amber Cave after this initial appearance.
Do you wish to plead of not guilty to all of these charges?
Yes, sir.
There's been no update on the children's condition that's been released. What we can tell you is that Amber Cave is at the Clark County Jail being held there on a $100,000 bond. In Dayton, Mike Campbell, News Center 7.